Hi everyone. Today, we're covering key strategies for teaching ESL to adult learners. We'll focus on reading, speaking, writing, listening, vocabulary, grammar, group work, classroom management, and assessment.
Here we are starting with reading. Start with free writing. Give students 5 to 10 minutes to write freely about a topic to activate their ideas and experiences. Use pre-reading discussions to build background knowledge and warm up multiple skills. Make a personal connection by linking the topic to their real lives. Encourage predictions before reading to sharpen focus, and revisit them after reading to reflect and analyze. Try jigsaw reading to promote collaboration. Each group reads a part of the text, then teaches it to others. Finish by evaluating predictions and classifying ideas, which builds critical thinking and language skills.
Let's go on with speaking. Speaking is more than just producing words. It's about using language effectively, clearly, and confidently in real situations. To develop strong speaking abilities, learners need to focus on two key aspects: accuracy and fluency. Accuracy refers to the correct use of language forms, such as grammar, pronunciation, and sentence structure. Activities like matching tasks or interview mingles are designed to build this accuracy. These tasks often involve repetition, patterns, and structured practice. For example, students may match sentence halves, practice pronunciation with the Fleischwater game, or work with present perfect grammar through guided questions. On the other hand, fluency is about speaking naturally and spontaneously. Tasks like poster presentations, one-question interviews, or information gap activities encourage learners to use language freely. These tasks are more open-ended and meaning-focused. Students are not just repeating sentences, they are expressing real thoughts, sharing experiences, and negotiating meaning.
Next one is writing. At the pre-writing stage, students brainstorm ideas and discuss topics in pairs or groups. Graphic organizers like mind maps or Venn diagrams help them organize their thoughts. This step helps build vocabulary and gives a clear direction before starting to write. During drafting, students begin writing their first paragraph using the ideas from the pre-writing stage. At this point, the focus is on content, not grammar. It's okay to make mistakes. The goal is to get ideas on paper. In the revising stage, students review their writing for clarity and organization. They can add missing ideas or remove unnecessary details. This stage often includes peer feedback and discussion to help improve their writing. Editing focuses on language accuracy. Students check grammar, spelling, punctuation, and sentence structure. A simple editing checklist can support this process. In the final stage, students present or publish their work. This might include reading their text aloud, creating posters, or submitting to a class blog. Publishing helps students take ownership of their writing and builds confidence.
Now we will continue with listening. Before listening, it's essential to prepare students mentally for what they are about to hear. We start with a warm-up conversation to activate their prior knowledge and get them thinking about the topic. Visual aids like images or matching cards can spark curiosity and provide useful context. We also encourage students to make personal connections, helping them become more invested in the task. During the listening phase, students go through 3 steps. In the first listening, they try to understand the general idea. The teacher asks guiding questions during this stage. In the second listening, students are given a grid and asked to fill in the blanks. The final listening is for checking their answers and completing any missing information. In the after listening phase, students compare their answers with each other and give feedback through peer assessment. At this stage, the teacher also teaches some key expressions related to the topic. At the end of the lesson, students share their own experiences and practice speaking. Optionally, the lesson can be enriched with a comparison task or a jigsaw activity.
Let us look at the vocabulary. Previewing new vocabulary. Start by activating students' prior knowledge using techniques like total physical response. Choose real-life, meaningful vocabulary and repeat the words in varied ways to keep it engaging, not monotonous. Establishing context. Use visuals like body diagrams to give context to new words. Focus on grammar, such as singular and plural forms, and encourage physical interaction to support deeper retention. Opportunities for practice. Create activities that integrate all 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Use interactive games like bingo, and combine movement, visuals, and text to strengthen connections. Reinforce words through songs, games, and physical activities. Use comparisons or opposites to deepen understanding and make vocabulary more flexible. Independent use of vocabulary. Encourage creativity, have learners build sentences, use cut and paste activities, or bring in their own images. This helps form personal links and boosts long-term memory.
Now I will talk about teaching grammar in real-life contexts. The first step is setting a clear context. Personal stories and photos can introduce grammar points like the past or present perfect tense. A timeline helps students visualize when actions happened. After establishing context, the focus shifts to the grammar itself. Using the timeline, students create sentences and talk about real-life situations. This makes grammar more meaningful and easier to grasp. To check understanding, concept-checking questions are used, such as the difference between for and since. Then, pair work allows students to apply the grammar independently. Students work in pairs and try to use the grammar correctly on their own. This helps the teacher see if they truly understand and can apply the grammar independently. Finally, meaningful practice activities are included. A ball toss to correct errors, a grid exercise to share personal experiences, and an information gap activity to encourage communication and fluency. In conclusion, teaching grammar through real-life contexts increases engagement, supports comprehension, and helps learners use language with confidence. Now I'm going to talk about effective grouping strategies. The way students are grouped can greatly impact their learning and interaction. Grouping creates opportunities for communication, supports fluency and accuracy, and helps build social skills. There are different strategies to consider. Random grouping encourages natural conversation, like talking about favorite foods or celebrities. Whole group instruction is useful for introducing or reviewing a topic before students work in smaller groups. Grouping by ability allows students at similar levels to work smoothly together, while mixed ability groups let stronger learners support others, promoting cooperation. Grouping by interests or backgrounds also makes activities more meaningful. To support group work, it's important to explain tasks clearly, give enough time, monitor progress, and end with a group discussion. In short, using varied grouping strategies keeps students engaged, builds a sense of community, and makes language learning more effective.
Let's look at the classroom management. Presentation. Start strong with clear instructions and modeling. This reduces confusion and sets a focused tone for the rest of the lesson. Guided practice. Pair students strategically to ensure balanced participation. Monitor closely to catch and correct errors early before they become habits. Communicative practice. Move into open, unscripted conversations. This helps build confidence and encourages spontaneous, real-world language use. Application. Let students apply what they've learned in meaningful, real-life contexts. This step fosters independence and more authentic communication. Evaluation. Give immediate, constructive feedback. It helps learners recognize their progress, boosting motivation and self-awareness. Extension. Finally, extend learning beyond the classroom. Use real-world tasks that reinforce language and build lasting, practical skills.
Lastly, I will talk about assessment. Assessment is more than just giving grades. It helps measure progress, identify challenges, and connect lessons to clear goals. It also supports active learning and provides valuable feedback. There are various types of assessment: whole class questioning, group monitoring, one-on-one feedback, and peer evaluation through tasks like role plays or pair discussions. Some classroom examples include using color cards for real-time feedback, brainstorming with Venn diagrams, and setting clear vocabulary goals so students understand what they're learning. Effective assessment is ongoing, goal-oriented, and uses different formats: speaking, writing, visuals, and interaction. It encourages self-reflection, peer support, and better teaching decisions. In conclusion, assessment improves learning by making progress visible and helping both teachers and learners take action toward success.